You know, you're talking about that sugar cane, syrup, making syrup, all that. I grew up doing that too. My dad grew a lot of cane. And when you boil in the syrup, you got to skim it. It gets a foam, you know, it boils up on top. And you skim it off there with a strainer thing, and they would dump it in a barrel, you know, the other side where it was going on. And if they had 2 or 3 cookings of syrup they'd run in a day, that skimmings would get, you know, halfway full in that barrel. Now, what happens to them is they ferment over a period of time. And there was this little woman that lived a little ways down the road. I won't name her, because I know some of her relatives are still alive. As I just run into one of my relatives back here. I mean, it's just incredible how we're all tied together, you know. But anyway, my daddy said he was going to go down there by the mill and dump that skimmings on the ground and get rid of it. He said that old woman getting into that stuff just a little too much, and she might drink too much and fall down and get hurt or something. Well, he dumped it all out, and you would not believe the flock of chickens. Chickens ran loose, they didn't have a pen. And boy, they got into that stuff, and it wasn't just a few minutes here, there was a flopping and going on. And they were drunk. That chickens got drunk over that cane skin. You know, I need to write a book someday, I guess. Hey, let me tell you this. For the last 15 or 20 years, people's been after me about doing a song book. You know, you got to write a song book. So it's been in the process for probably 5 or 6 years or longer. A lot of people have contributed. But then Lisa came along, and dang, if she didn't do it, she finished up the book.
Yeah.
And I think it's 274 pages long, yeah. And a lot of stuff in there, a lot of stories about the songs and everything. But right in the present time, Pineapple Press got all excited and they want to maybe do it. I don't know if they will or not. I don't know if I want them to do it or not. I'd kind of like to make the money off of it myself, you know, sell them at festivals and things. And if somebody like Pineapple Press gets it, they get all the money. But we'll see. It may be out with Pineapple Press, or maybe at the Folk Festival next year, and I hope all of y'all will show up there. There once was a time in this memory of mine, Florida was more than the best. There were fish saved to eat in our lakes and our creeks, and old Mickey Mouse lived out west. When Florida used to be green, our water was pure and clean. There was plenty of room for the wildlife to live. A native could afford a house. But we change the color of the green to represent the money the tourists bring when they come to pay homage to Florida's new king in the tragic kingdom of the mouse. And Florida is now black and white, and it's not a pretty sight. The wildlife is gone, a Florida native can't even afford to pitch a tent. There's condos so tall with huge shopping malls were overrun with black asphalt and white cement. Chamber of Commerce said, move to Florida instead of California or Arizona. Places like that are no fun. So the people up north took the bait. They swarmed to the Sunshine State. 4,000 a day are coming to stay and lay claim to this land of the sun. But we're losing our water supply. They're pumping the aquifer dry to water their lawns and exotic things, trying to make Florida green. But Florida is now black and white. It's not a pretty sight. The wildlife is gone. The Florida native can't even afford to pitch a tent. There's condos so tall, huge shopping mall overrun with black asphalt and white cement. All of Florida used to be green.
I really love that. I'm going to tell you before I set up this next song. Oh, Frank, from the first time I met him over there in Rattlesnake Road, then a while passed, and Frank was kind enough to invite me to his birthday party. And I'll tell you, we had some of the finest musicians, if not in the United States, certainly in Florida, over there. And it was a heck of a good party. Guitars to the right, guitars to the left. It was wonderful. But what I didn't know, we had our camera there, what I didn't know is this nice party was overloading Frank's septic system. Now, it wouldn't have been much. There was nothing on the on top of the ground like used to be in White Springs when you could paddle in. But that's all right. We waited until the next day and we're preparing our little casita camper to take off. You know, he had supplies there. He's got power and he's got tap outs from the septic. So I said, okay, I'm going to empty my black water now, which for those of you who are uninitiated, is polite words for tap. So to the tap out I go, I unplug it, and I didn't realize the drain field pressure was 2 feet higher. Boom, the top comes up, and there's a fountain of brown a foot high off the tap out piping around. Now that wasn't the, I said, oh my God, I got to shut it down. So I put the cap on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I ask you in all your intelligence, what happens when you put your thumb over a water hose? In this fine spray, I had to shut it down. So I put all my might, I went, oh, and I gave it a quarter a turn, and thank God the threads took. And Bill Messer, a buddy of mine from South Florida, he says, Lee, you're on your own, brother. And my wife Betsy, we haven't emptied the pure water tank. She says, shower now. But that's just one of the latest stories about it. I wrote this song because on my business trip, I've met some wonderful people. Patrick Smith, Stetson Kennedy. Used to have the people like Don Grooms who come around. And all of a sudden I thought, I'm trying to write this little song, and it was almost, and I swear to God, almost like I got this big push. And I forgot the song I was working on. I said, wow, they seem to write themselves. So I wrote this, I hope you enjoy it. In a little place just east of Lake Wales, the music lives in songs and the tales, and I hear the songs and the stories of old. History lives right here in Rattlesnake Road. History lives right here in Rattlesnake Road. Wood plank floors in the scubbles and pines, all mellow bush remembers the time of the nighthawk's call and the cowhunter's toad. They welcome you right here to Rattlesnake Road. They welcome you right here in the Rattlesnake Road. Summertime, when lightning strikes and the hard rain melts the ground, there are stories of the ones who went before me come around, and they say rest here, as they help relieve you of your heavy load. Songs seem to write themselves on Rattlesnake Road. History lives right here on Rattlesnake Road. Yes, in a little place just east of the town, I close my eyes, lay my tired body down, and remember the songs and the stories of old. I know history lives right here on Rattlesnake Road. History lives right here on Rattlesnake Road. Now the land's unpure and the water's not clean. The developers have killed our land and our trees. But I hear the songs and the stories of old. I know history is alive here on Rattlesnake Road. Songs seem to write themselves here on Rattlesnake Road. History lives right here on Rattlesnake Road.
Yeah, we spent time out here in Rattlesnake Road. We enjoyed our time there. Just a little farther south there is the Everglades. I got a song about his daughter. Spent his life in Everglades, never seen outside. Didn't know what the other side of the palm tree looked like. So he decided to take a little trip up north and jack on up there and see what the other part of the country looked like. And found out it wasn't to his liking. He needed to get back home and send it all roads. Well, I gotta get back to the Everglades as quick as I can get. I left there to seek my fortune, but I ain't never found them yet. And her little chickie, she waits for me back where the sawgrass grows. There she runs as sweet as any orchid. She's my dear little Seminole Rose. Well, I grew up north on old 27 on the west southwestern breeze. I was ornery as a young bobcat, guess I had a few sights to see. But here in Ohio, you need too much money, and them houses are way too close. So lately I've been dreaming of my sweet little Seminole Rose. Well, I gotta get back to the Everglades as quick as I can get. I left there to seek my my fortune, just can't find it on my GPS. And here in Ohio, too much money. There she runs, the sweet as any orchard. She's my dear little Seminole Road. Pot she stands. She's chopping up mullet in the moonlight, and Daddy's pulling knife there in her hand. She keeps a sharp tooth. I'd rather ask me a granddaddy gator than me pumping south in the snow. Soon I'm gonna be below the Okeechobee with my sweet little Seminole Road. Well, I'm gotta get back to the Everglades quick as I can get. I left there to seek my fortune. Just can't seem to find her on my GPS. Waves from the Atlantic again the mangrove. There she blooms, as sweet as any orchid. She's my dear little Seminole Road. There she blooms, just as sweet as any orchid. She's my dear little Seminole Road. Keep your Cincinnati chili. See big bats old nine fingers Billy. And my sweet little Seminole Road.
Into the Bahamian Islands and then over into Key West. So they're native Floridians of Key West and they're called conchs. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. So this song was an audio that was preserved by one of the surveyors. A little bit about these surveyors. The government put forth a program called the WPA. And through this program, they hired laborers to build roads and bridges and all sorts of things. And it was to stimulate the economy. Well, they also hired these surveyors to infiltrate the South, the Appalachian Mountains, and down through the South and into Florida. And they would carry huge recorders, the size of coffee tables, if you can imagine that. And they would mingle in with workers at the sawmills, railroads, shrimp trawlers, fishing villages, turpentine camps, wherever folk life and folklore could be found. And so this one recording that I found was of a woman who was probably in her 70s, 60s, and 70s. And remember, this was recorded back in 1930. This was during the Great Depression that they did this. So she was fairly old, and she sang this song. This was a children's song that was passed down to her from her grandmother to her mother and to her, and for generations, because this song, like I said, dates back to like around the 16th century. So my reason in bringing this to you is I want you to sing it with me. I'm going to sing it 3 times, and when you get the hang of it, sing it with me. And I want you to go home, and I want you to share it with your children or your grandchildren and carry it on to the next generation. And it goes like this. Oh, okay, before I do that, the reason they wrote this song, or a little bit about this song, is that they were very superstitious back then, and they attached evil spirits to bats. We kind of still do that today. But, so they would sing this song to appease the bats. All right, so it goes like this. Bat, bat, come under my hat. I'll give you a slice of bacon, and I'll bake you a cake the next time I bake, if I'm not mistaken. Want to try that? Bat, bat, come under my hat. I'll give you a slice of bacon, and I'll bake you a cake the next time I bake, if I'm not mistaken. carry that song on to the next generation from the 16th century.